How's it going, guys? Daniel Rudolph here from KiwiStrength. Today we're going to go over deadlift. We're going to go over how to approach the bar. We're going to go over setting up our feet, our hand placement, hip positioning, our lats, like we talked in our other setup videos, our squat and bench, how to set up the lats and lock them in. We're going to go over breathing, and we're going to go locking out the deadlift. And we're also going to go over how to bring the bar back down to the floor. Alright, so we're going to take this from a beginner's start point. Alright, so if you're a bit of advanced or you've been lifting for a little bit, this is probably great just to brush up, but we are going to take it from beginner. Alright, so when you first approach deadlift, just walk up to the bar. I always say walk up the bar comfortable. Just when you're first starting out, just walk up to the bar so you feel comfortable where you're standing, and then look down. You want to make sure the bar is running through about mid-foot. So if you've got your shoes on, the bar should be running through that last shoelace. Now, you want about shoulder width apart. It's a good starting position for when you're beginning to learn to deadlift. So we've got shoulder width apart. The bar is running through mid-foot, the last shoelace. Now at this point here, once we've gone through the setup, and you've learnt when you're going down, the breathing, the lats, the hand positioning, all that needs to take about 3 seconds. So once I'm standing here and all set up, when I go down to the bar, I should be standing back up within about 3 seconds. The reason being is because if you take too long fussing around and mucking around down below trying to get hands and breathing, you start thinking and you're just going to start doubting yourself, alright? Or you're going to get your hips in the wrong positioning, they'll be too low, or way too high, and it's just not going to end well, alright? So, but we'll go over that last, okay? So, walk up to the bar, about hip position, hip width apart, your feet. Make sure the bar is running through mid-foot. Now this position, now from here, we're going to go down to the bar. Now your hand positioning is your elbows want to be next. Your elbows want to be next to your knees. Okay, you don't go too far out. Now for hand grip, just start mixed grip. All right, one hand under, one hand over. Okay. Now this point here, when you go when you grip the bar, you're gonna breathe. Take a big breath, push your chest up, and you push your lats down to your hips, lock them in. Okay, and that's our back locked in. Now your hip positioning. Remember, deadlifts isn't a squat. All right, so if you squat right down to the bar, you've got no leverage to hinge it up. Okay, you can't hinge it up. So you want your hips up, locked in here. See how they're locked in? And now I can just hinge. They're locked in. I can just hinge it up. Okay, as it comes up, then it locks out. Alright, going through the hips. Alright, now let's try that. If you're too low, you can't get it up. Alright, you can think it as you're trying to get a nail out of a piece of wood. Alright, you're trying to get it without a piece of block under it to give it leverage. Alright, it's not going to come out. Alright, same concept. Alright, so hips up, hand grip, mixed, big breath, and then you should pull the bar straight up. Alright, and down. Alright, and because we've locked in our back at the bottom, push chest up, shoulders coming back, and the shoulder blades are coming down. The lats, going down, that's locking the up back in, and that's actually your end positioning. Alright, so the deadlift, we're setting it up as we're going to end it, and it gives a smoother transition all the way up. Alright, so because I'm locking it in, locked in. Alright, that's already my end position, I locked it in. Alright, let's start the lift. If you don't lock the lats in, alright, so if you don't lock them in, shoulders are over the bar. Alright, so you come up, see how my shoulders are forward, because they start over the bar. Now I have to hitch them to get back. Alright? Long as you're starting the lift, remember you start lifting how you want to finish it. So there's that broomstick. If you haven't watched it, go check out the squat or bench video we did the other week. Alright, it's about pulling the shoulders back, pushing your chest up, and it forces the lats down. Alright, that's all locked in. Alright, and that's the end positioning for the deadlift. Alright, so it comes up, and that's how you lock all the lats in, sitting up nice and tight. Okay, so let's go over the the breathing as well. Remember, there's no breathing and lifting. Take that big breath and don't let it out until obviously you stand there. Then you can let it out. Unless you're doing reps, you want that whole overall body compression. So if you're doing reps, just hold it till you're finished. If you're doing stop and start, obviously it's going to be a bit harder. If you're only stopping and starting at the bottom for a couple of seconds, like a second or two, you should be able to hold the breath. If not, just reset, take a breath, especially while you're relearning. If you're relearning, slow things down. Remember, technique is the key. Alright, you want to learn, take your time since you learn the technique. Alright, so let's go over what I was talking about at the beginning, about once you've learned how to set up the bottom, it should take only about 3 seconds, you're staying on the top, alright? Let's quickly go over that. So, every lift has got a process. There's actually going to be another video, but I'll talk a little bit about it now, alright? So, how you walk into the lift, there's always, do the same thing every lift, alright? This is called a process. So, for me personally, I approach from that side. I'll walk past, and then I'll walk past the bar. I'll be sniffing ammonia. Well, I do it one or two times, and then I walk up to the bar. I set my feet, I breathe, and then I go down and I pull. All right. So that's called a process. That's what you want to do every lift, whether it's your body weight for squats or whatever. All right. All through the warm-ups to your working set. Reason being is because it's not only you ingrain a good technique, good process before you're lifting, but it's also the whole mindset kind of thing. You know, you're setting yourself up for the working set to be quite positive, and it's going to guarantee a better session. All right. So let's go over what I was talking about at the beginning when I've sidetracked there to the process. So we're going to go over how to. Once you set up, that whole 3 seconds, okay? So, walk up to the bar, set, focus, go down, alright, remember straight down with the bar, alright? Sometimes people think that when they go down, they need to take the bar out and go over their knees. You don't need to, right? The bar's going to naturally fall in a straight line, okay? Beautiful thing about gravity. Alright, so you set. Okay? And don't push the bar up before you pull it, alright? Because that's going to pull your lats out. That's going to put the bar in front of you, okay? I should demonstrate it. Okay, so you set up. If you pull the bar out, if you put your lats in, and then you pull it out, alright, it's going to be hard to pull, unless you've got a strong back. You'll still be able to pull it up, but your shoulders will be out, and you hitch it all the way up, alright? So that's your deadlift setup. That's conventional. We'll do another video later date on sumo deadlift. But if you have any questions regarding the conventional, give us an email, don't forget to subscribe, and give us a thumbs up to this. Alright guys, sweet, I'll catch you later.